those of us who have been in government, I think you guys know that I worked for President Clinton in the Clinton administration. And so I have a sense of how government is supposed to work. And those of us who have that kind of experience in government are just flabbergasted, frankly, at the way this administration works. The left hand often doesn't know what the right hand's doing. But most importantly, there are these people out there that take it upon themselves to make statements. They're not attributed statements, so they're off the record statements, but the reporters report them using a high official in the government said. And that's what was going on with the Politico story. They had no source on the record, and they were just flat out wrong. And so by the end of the day on Saturday.
So what did your contact is at the Army Corps, or?
That's one of my contacts. We must have placed more than 24 calls into different people at the White House. And with none of those level officials.
Which level?
Well, I'm talking about at the level of the chief of staff and just below. I'm talking about the very top levels of government, okay? Now, in this administration, they can't say to you, the president is not going to do this. What I can say to you is, if the president were going to do this, I would know. And I don't know. And I can also tell you that this has not been discussed in the White House, okay? Discussed in the White House. We had people who attended the senior level meetings of the campaign staff. One theory here is that this is being driven by the campaign for some reason, right? The campaign staff said that they had 2 extensive meetings over the course of the weekend, and this was not discussed in those meetings either. So when we finally got to the bottom of it, what we recognized is that someone in the administration had heard of this letter that we got today. We knew this letter was coming. We've known it for weeks. Not a significant letter. It is as Ron put it, it is a due course letter. In the American government, and particularly in this administration, there are people who leak things on a regular basis. That's kind of how they try to do their business. It's shocking to me. In the Clinton administration, they would have cut both of my hands off if I had leaked something like this. But here in this administration, there is no discipline, there's no accountability.